Sunrise from Ashes to Glory, a story of hope, hardship, and forgiveness. Chapter 1, The Boy Who Carried Sorrow. The sun rose slowly over Ireel village, painting the small mud houses with soft light. In one of those houses lived a boy named Toby. He was only 12 years old but walked like a grown man. Inside the house, a woman's voice shouted, "Toby, you're still here. Go and fetch water before the sun comes out." That was Martha, his mother. She was not kind. Long ago, she had lost her husband, and since then her heart had grown hard. She often blamed Toby for her pain. Toby picked up an old bucket and ran to the stream. The road was long and rough, and his bare feet hurt, but he didn't stop. When he reached the water, he looked down and saw his face in it, tired, thin, but brave. He whispered to himself, "One day, I will leave this place. I will make a better life." When Toby came back, his mother was waiting. "What took you so long?" she shouted. "I'm sorry, Mama," he said softly. But she was already angry. She hit him with a wooden spoon. "Sorry will not cook food." Toby didn't cry. He just turned and started cooking. At school, Toby sat at the back of the class. His shirt was old, his shoes had holes, but he listened carefully. He loved learning more than anything. His teacher, Mr. Adebayo, liked him. One day after class, he called Toby and said kindly, "Toby, you are a smart boy. Why do you always look so sad?" Toby looked down. He didn't know what to say. Mr. Adebayo smiled. "Remember this, my boy, diamonds are made under pressure. Life may be hard now, but it can make you shine later." Toby nodded slowly. He didn't understand it fully, but those words felt like light entering his heart. That night, when his mother was asleep, Toby sat outside. The moon was bright and calm. He opened the small book that Mr. Adebayo had given him. On the first page, the teacher had written, "You are more than your pain." Toby whispered the words to himself again and again until he smiled a little. "I am more than my pain." It was the first time he had believed something good about himself. Chapter 2, The Breaking Point. Days turned into months, and life at home did not get better. Toby worked hard every morning, fetching water, cooking, sweeping, and doing everything his mother asked. But no matter what he did, it was never enough. When he spilled a little water, she shouted. When he came home late from school, she hit him. And when he smiled, she looked away, as if she didn't want to see joy in his face. One evening, Toby came home with a small prize from school, a pen he had won for coming first in his class. He ran into the house shouting, "Mama, I won. Look. My teacher said I'm the best in my class." But his mother didn't smile. "So what?" she said coldly. "Will that pen put food on this table?" Toby's smile faded. "No, Mama. I just wanted you to be proud of me." She sighed and waved her hand. "Go and wash those plates. Don't disturb me with nonsense." Toby washed the plates, tears falling into the soapy water. That night, he sat outside under the stars. "How much pressure must I take?" he whispered to the sky. Weeks later, Martha came home angry. Someone had told her that Toby was seen helping at the market instead of coming straight home. She didn't ask why. She didn't want to know that he had been working to buy a new exercise book. "You're becoming just like your useless father," she shouted, slapping him hard. "Get out. Get out of my house. You bring nothing but bad luck." Toby's heart broke. "Mama, please. I have nowhere to go." But she turned away and closed the door. That night, Toby walked through the village alone with only a small bag and his school books. The moonlight followed him as he sat beside a wooden stall in the market. He hugged his bag and cried quietly. "God, please don't forget me," he whispered. "I will not give up." He fell asleep there, under the open sky, dreaming of freedom and a better life. Chapter 3: The Light Within the Darkness. Toby woke up early the next morning under the market stall. His body ached, but he refused to feel weak. An old woman selling oranges looked at him kindly. "Boy, are you hungry?" He nodded. She gave him 2 small oranges. "Take these," she said. "You look like a good child." It was the first kindness he had felt in a long time. From that day, Toby helped people in the market, carrying loads, washing bowls, cleaning stalls. They gave him food or a few coins. At night, he sat under the streetlight and read his books. Even when he was tired, he studied. He remembered Mr. Adebayo's words. Pressure makes diamonds. One afternoon, Mr. Adebayo saw him washing a car. "Toby," he called. "What are you doing here?" Toby dropped the sponge. "Mama sent me away. I'm trying to survive." Mr. Adebayo sighed and said, "You will not stay on the streets forever. Keep studying. I'll help you apply for a scholarship." Months later, a postman came to the market. Letter for Toby Akinwell. Toby opened it with shaking hands. The letter read, "Congratulations. You have been awarded a full scholarship to study engineering abroad." He dropped to his knees, crying with joy. "Thank you, God. You didn't forget me." The market people cheered. The old orange seller hugged him. "You see, my son, when you don't give up, God doesn't either." Toby soon traveled to the city, and as the plane took off, he whispered, "Goodbye, Ireel village. I will return, not as a poor boy, but as a man of light." Chapter 4: From Ashes to Glory. Years passed. Toby worked hard at the university. Life was still tough, but he never gave up. After graduation, he became an engineer and started his own company that brought solar light to villages without electricity, places like Ireel. People called him the boy who brought light. But he always said, "I just want to help others see what I once could not see, hope." One day, he returned to his village. Children ran beside his car, shouting, "Toby is back." Old women clapped. Men waved proudly. Among them stood Martha, his mother, older now, weak, and full of regret. "Toby," she whispered, "I don't deserve your forgiveness. I was cruel. I failed you." Toby smiled softly. "Mama, you gave me life. That was enough. Your pain made me strong." He hugged her, and for the first time in years, she cried in his arms. That night, Toby's workers fixed solar lights all over Ireel. When darkness came, the whole village shone bright. Martha whispered, "You brought light, my son, not just to the village, but to my heart." Toby looked up at the stars and said, "We all come from darkness, Mama. But some of us learn to shine." Sparkle's moral of the story: hardship can build greatness. Even pain can shape success, forgiveness heals the heart, education and hard work can change any destiny. No matter how dark life seems, light will always find a way to shine. And from that day, every time the people of Ireel turned on their lights, they remembered Toby, the boy who rose from ashes to glory.